So the Sony ZV E10 came out over a year ago, and the price of this camera surprised the whole industry. So today I want to talk about why I think that this little camera right here still packs a heavy punch for people who are content creators who are wanting to move from creating on their smartphones to creating on a camera at a budget price. Alright, so walked into this guy, or drove by this guy while he was riding in his car, so we're gonna actually do a montage of him right quick, which I think will be a perfect test for some of the slow motion and the 4K stuff. So let's see how it turns out.
Hey, 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 Poppy had to jump the trampoline. Did it for the power of the green card. Can you guess what I mean? Let me feel blessed, I'm like can dream.
So I think that the footage turned out great from this camera. Now, if you are a beginner or you're an advanced creator, the setting that I actually recommend that you film on is Picture Profile 10. This is gonna give you some very nice colors in camera. However, you're still gonna be able to color grade this image very, very easily in post. Now, like I said, this camera has some incredible features for the price tag. It offers 4K at 30 frames per second, and you can even do 120 frames per second in HD. Now, aside from that, you actually get this flip out LCD, which is absolutely crucial for people who are wanting to vlog or record themselves. And it also comes with a bunch of different features that are built for content creators. So one of the features that this camera offers is something called Product Showcase. So if you've been watching YouTubers for a long time, then something that you probably saw a lot of product reviewers do is put their hand behind a product and then show it. Now, the reason why they have to do this is because they have to take the focus of the camera away from their face, because if the camera can see their face, then you're not actually going to be focusing on the product like I am right here. Now, if you look on the top of the camera, you can find another feature. It's found in this button right here. What this allows you to do is actually blur your background really quickly as you're on the go. The way that it does this is actually by dropping your aperture to as low as it can go and then adjusting all the other settings on your camera to make sure that you're lit properly. This is super cool for someone who's a beginner content creator or filmmaker. However, for someone like myself who's a little bit more advanced or a little bit more seasoned in filmmaking and content creating, this is something that we won't use pretty much at all because we like to have full manual control over our camera. Now, also on the top of the camera, you can see this huge microphone grill. They've really made an effort to make sure that this is all you need to create when you're on the go if you don't want to carry any extra accessories around. Alright, so this is a vlog test. Right now I'm testing the built-in microphone on here. I'm shooting at 4K. I have active stabilization on, and I'm in a pretty noisy environment, so we'll see how this microphone holds up. How's the image quality looking? I'm at 4K 30. I'm having to stop all the way down on this 2.8 lens to f7 so that I can keep, you know, proper exposure, but I am eliminating that blurry background. So I'm shooting on a 14mm lens right now, but it is still pretty tight. I don't like the focal length on this. So if I turned off the active stabilization, I should be getting a lot more in my frame, and so I'm going to turn it off now so that we can see what that looks like when active stabilization is turned off. Okay, so we're in the same spot. I have active stabilization turned off, so the footage might look a little bit more shaky, but I'm getting a lot more in my frame, which I do like a lot. So it's a nice trade-off. You can obviously stabilize all this footage later on in post if you need to, but yeah. Just keep in mind, if you're wanting to vlog, I definitely recommend that you get a pretty wide lens. Again, this is a 14mm, but I'm pretty sure that it crops in at 4K. So let's switch to 1080p and see if we have no crop and see if we get more in our frame. Okay, so now we're in 1080p. So now you guys can see what that looks like. We're shooting at 30 frames per second. I don't have active stabilization on right now. Again, we're in a very loud environment right now. There are planes flying over me, there's music in the background, there's people talking, there's cars. And so this is a good test. To see how good these microphones actually are. So while I was there, I decided to get a few more test shots to show you guys. This is one of my favorite places in downtown Dallas, and the people are always nice, asking me exactly what I'm doing with my camera setups that I bring here. honestly, I'm really happy with what I'm able to get out of this camera body, especially for the price point. If you're someone who is looking to actually step up from creating on your smartphone, I think that this is the way to go. And again, the fact that you can actually switch out the lenses on this camera to improve your image quality is a huge plus.